So Little Saigon happens kind of unexpectedly. When I ran back in 2005, I promised the Vietnamese community two things. One was to build the first Vietnamese American Community Center, which I'm doing that right now. 2 years ago, I was able to obtain almost $3 million to build the first Vietnamese American Community Center in San Jose, right? That was the first project. The second promise that I made was that I want to be able to help small businesses, especially Vietnamese Americans, entrepreneurs, to become more successful. And also, in doing that, how can you uplift the image of the Vietnamese American community in San Jose, right? And so with that in mind, in 2007, which is last year, I came up with this project called, the Vietnamese Business District. And we were able to get the city council to approve that. So when they approved that, to designate a portion on Story Road, which is a major street in District 7, to designate this area as a Vietnamese Business District. And being progressive and being very liberal, the person that I am, I said to my staff and to my colleagues that, you know what, we should give the Vietnamese community an opportunity to give us a name for this area, right? So we should go out and seek the input in regards to what we should call this Vietnamese Business District. And we did that. We went to the community meetings. We had several community meetings. And at the end, 6 names came about. It was Little Saigon, New Saigon, Saigon Town, Vietnamese Business District, Vietnamese American Business District, and Saigon Business District. So there were 6 names total, and that's when this big can of worms started to open. So being an elected official, when you have community members coming to you and saying, Madison, I think this is an appropriate name for this area. Madison, I think this is an appropriate name for this area. You have to tell yourself, well, what can I do? There's all these names with all this input. You can't make everybody happy. You can't satisfy everybody. So then, we're starting to tell people that, look, I have to come up with some kind of compromise because choosing one name over another is going to really piss people off, right? And so as time goes by, out of those 6 names, 2 names become more dominant or more prevalent, which is New Saigon and Little Saigon. Now, the New Saigon, the people who advocated for New Saigon they didn't speak up as much as the Little Saigon folks did. The Little Saigon folks, they were sending in letters. They were, they contacted our office. They wanted us to really, choose the name Little Saigon. But at the same time, we also received, countless letters and emails from those advocating for New Saigon. So here I am, again, in the midst of all this, trying to come up with a name that would, make at least the majority of the community happy, right? So what I did was, look, I can't pick one name over another. I can't recommend Little Saigon because what happened would be the folks who advocate for New Saigon will be upset with the Little Saigon folks and with me. And likewise, if I pick New Saigon. So what I did was I chose the name Saigon Business District, which pretty much took out the adjectives of new and little, right? And the reason why I did that was because I just felt that as a refugee, as a former refugee, as part of this both people, that if we can somehow resonate the name Saigon here in San Jose, that would really, really bring to life the city of Saigon that we lost, back in 1975. And that was the reason why I thought Saigon Business District would be appropriate. Well, behold, it didn't work out for some members of the Vietnamese community. They thought that, I was being a sellout, that the name Saigon Business District was not appropriate, that Little Saigon resonates with their identity and the fact that they're former refugees.